Well, hello people. How's everyone doing? Killed it. Anyone else heard broken for heartbroken for Cathy? Yes. Yes. Hello world. How are you doing? Hope everyone's well. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. We'll let some people get in the room. Rescheduled a couple times. I apologize. I'll be out of town for a couple of days. So, yeah. So we're going to be talking about Summer Wells' case. We're going to be talking about Cathy, the friend, Cathy, Candace's friend. Cathy's letting it all out. She, in a lot of people's opinions, and I would say certainly in Cathy's opinion, and I'll let you decide, we're going to watch it, she was very much betrayed by Candace. If you don't know who Cathy is the friend that Candace was staying with whenever Dawn was in prison, jail, whatever you want to call it. And Candace was doing good then. She went to rehab, didn't last very long, but she didn't drink after that while she was at Cathy's house. Now, the rumor has been that Candace has not been drinking since that time, since she went to that rehab, even while she was with Dawn. Now, Cathy is going to tell you her side of the story, her truth. And we're going to stop it as it goes along. And we're going to view it. So, without further ado, we're going to start it because it's a little whiles. Is there a static noise? Hold on, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Is that better? Is it better? I just don't want... I know it can be annoying. Just let me know if that's better. Yeah, I've got a... It's not better? Okay. Still there. 1 more second. Okay. It's very, very loud. I might have my mic up too much. It's fine, it's either a fan or an AC. Okay, I think I turned it down. It sounds like a waterfall to you. I wish I was under a waterfall right now. One more. Okay. We'll see. Yeah. Let me change some settings here. Oh, I see why it's... Hold on. I see why it's that. Because it's the other microphone that's on. I don't want that. I want the US. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. I don't want my audio to change though, or my camera. So we're good. Hopefully. Still noise, but not as much. All right. Well, if it's not as much, then we're better. All right. Let's get started. Let's get started. Share screen. Window. All right. So this goes to if mods, ICU, anyone, can y'all drop Cathy the Friend's channel? If it keeps switching back, I'm gonna be pissed. Hmm. Hmm. I don't want it to change. All right. Here we go. I'm going to mute and see if y'all can still hear that. If not, then I need to unmute. Okay, sorry. The sound may have just gotten better right there. Is that much better? I mean, as far as me, not the. There we go.
You can only do what you can do, and that's all you can do. You know, you could preach to someone, fuss at someone, give them advice, and whether they take it or not, that's on them. You know, a lot of us, and when I say us, there's quite a few of us out there that have been doing this, have been trying to help them, point them in the right direction.
Okay. So this is Cathy. Candace lived with Cathy while Dawn was in jail. And Cathy loved Candace like a sister, loved her very unconditionally. Why the mask? She has some breathing problems, and it helps her to like breathe, I think. And so, yeah. And Cathy is a mother. She's got a younger daughter who is her pride and joy. I really I personally disagree with Cathy on what I think happened to Summer, but I really respect Cathy nonetheless. I think she's a good person. I really do think she's a really genuine person, and uh, I think Candace did her wrong. But as you're going to learn, and for us, a lot of us, it's no surprise. We're going to learn in this that, according to Cathy, Dawn and Candace have been selling a lot of different stories to a lot of different people. Yeah, she has bad asthma. Yeah. And so what started this dispute is a live stream or two ago, Cathy was live, and there wasn't a lot of us in there, maybe like 60 some people. And her daughter makes little, she'll make like little eggs and stuff. And what they'll do is they'll put photos of Summer that she's been missing, and they'll stick them in different areas like at parks and stuff like that. And a lot of us asked her, could you make an Amazon list so we can purchase these things for your daughter to make, so she can, you know, it gives her daughter something to do. It helps the greater good, and it's a great, you know, responsibility for, you know, a young child to do, you know. And there was nothing on there other than things for her daughter to make these little, you know, things where they can cut out. It's got Summer's name on it, and that's it. Very, very sweet, thoughtful, kind, generous. And this is someone who opened their doors to Candace when Candace had nobody. Absolutely nobody. She didn't ask for a dime for Candace, just to help her.
And when Candace was here for those months, she had the perfect opportunity to do everything that she had been telling me and others that she was wanting to do. Well, I'm going to start off with what started all of this and why I'm where I'm at today.
Now, Cathy cries. Cathy has a soft heart. She really does. She has a soft heart, and she's hurt over this. And I feel bad for Cathy.
And why I'm struggling so hard to deal with everything. So Candace messaged me out of the blue on last Tuesday. And she asked me, she said, I thought you were my friend. Why would you start drama in my life? And I hope you enjoy making all that money off my name.
Can you believe that? Can you? Well, I mean, I can believe that Candace would do something like this, and I know a lot of people can. But Candace, you do this to the woman who opened up her effing home to you? She opened up her home, never asked for a dime, fed you, clothed you, sheltered you, listened to you, while your old man Donnie's in jail, making money off of, she wasn't doing anything other than her daughter making these things to put out for awareness for Summer. There was no money being made. Her channel's not even monetized. You should be ashamed. But you don't have shame in you, in my opinion. There's no shame.
Well, I in turn asked her what the hell she was talking about because I had no idea, and I still have no idea what she's talking about. And give me just a second, please. And I tried to call her 3 times. And all 3 calls, she rejected.
So right there, even after that, Cathy tries to call her 3 times, and she's rejects the phone 3 times. Cathy's trying to reach out to you and say, "What are you talking about?" Candace wouldn't have that. That's what kind of it probably, in my opinion, that how relationships are for Candace and Don, and a lot of people for that matter of fact. They just throw out a relationship. Oh, I don't like you because of this in the relationship. Shame on you, Candace.
I told her, whatever it was that you're talking about, you better have proof that you know what you're saying. Well, a mutual friend of ours, of Candace's, a mutual friend of ours,
Why does it keep freezing?
messaged her and asked her, what was she talking about? She said, I know she has a wish list. I know she's making money off of me. Well, I got my Cash App and I sent it to this mutual friend. I've sent it to several people actually. And if she had just checked for herself, that's all she had to do was check for herself and look at that wish list. And
see, that's the thing. All she would have had to do is check for herself. However, crap. That would have been too much for Miss Candace. Candace doesn't do anything for herself. And that's what we're going hold on. That's what we're going to pretty much get into here is Candace has never, and to be quite honest with you, probably will never do anything for herself. She has, they've had 2 years. They've had 2 years. Let me pull this up.
that she wants it removed or whatever, I don't know. Like I said,
Hold on, let me back up.
Frustrated. Look, she's got so many people that
Y'all can't see that, can you? Come on, dude.
she's wanting money from, and she's given all the.
All right, here we go.
She had just checked for herself. That's all she had to do was check for herself and look at that wish list and see. There was nothing personal for anybody on that wish list. It was actually not even a wish list until some of you requested it.
And I feel bad. I feel bad for Cathy in this because a lot of times, sorry, as nice human beings out there, we will ask people, create a wish list, create this. We want to give back. People ask me things all the time, and the good, but then there's always the assholes out there, pardon my French, who want to always create hysteria around something that is not. It's really that simple. A few of us was just asking, we would like to help this little girl out to get her supplies. That's it. So she can make these things for summer. The wish list was for a child. Yes, Mary. The wish list, and it was a supply list. It's not even like it was a toy for the little girl or anything. It was just supplies for her crafts. Yeah, please stay on topic. That's all it is. That's all it was, and that's all it'll ever be. But Candace messages Cathy and says, oh my God, I can't believe you're making money off my name. Or so we'll keep on going. Listen to this.
One person sent $10, and they know who they are, and I don't want that person to speak up or say anything. One person. So Candace, if it's $10 fucking you want, I'll send you $10 fucking. And I hope you're happy.
So apparently, I guess someone sent Cathy $10. $10. So it's not like you've never been sent $10, have you, Candace? And she's going to explain up here about her bills, Don and Candace's bills. She knows a lot about Don and Candace. I mean, Candace lived with her.
So anyway, come to find out, if anybody out there has gotten a message from Candace, look, she's got so many people that she's wanting money from, and she's giving all these people the same excuses, and she don't want us to know about each other, because she don't want people to know about the lies that she's telling, and she's not sober. And I feel for Miss Daisy, I really do.
Okay, that's a lot to unpack there. So apparently, since last Tuesday, Cathy and several others has talked, and Candace has been going behind people's backs and asking for money privately and saying, I need money for this and I need money for that, and creating different stories. Sounds like a shop fan blasting. Does it sound like it still? Damn it. That's better. That might be a little better. And that's just what it is. It just infuriates me that they continue dollars, but nothing continues to search. That's the problem. That is exactly the problem. I mean, listen, Cathy has over 1,000 subs. She deserves to make money if she wants to make money. YouTube is a job it's a full-time job for a lot of people. It's not my full-time job, but it's a full-time job for a lot of people. And it's a part-time job for some others, and it's a hobby for some others, and others don't care. I don't give a crap who donates to who or anything. But with Candace, it's really the lying and the deceitfulness and just the, Cathy, in my opinion, in Candace's eyes, Cathy can't really serve Candace anymore because Dawn and Candace are together, if you will, and they don't see each other anymore. So, that's what it is. To me, everything is very, very temporary in Candace's life. She doesn't, I honestly, and I don't mean this to, thank you, Versi, appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. God bless you. Per character flying in the air with the red cap and smile on the face. Thank you. It's very kind of you. It's just sad that we are literally almost 2 effing years and I believe in my heart that many of us strangers who have never met Summer think about her more times per day than her own parents. I might be wrong, but that's the way I feel. Not to Candace's fault either. I think Candace never grew up with any love, nurture, anything like that. So I don't think she knows how to give. How do you give something you never had? How can you give something you've never truly experienced, you've never truly had? Because remember, Grandis left Candace and her siblings whenever they were young, and she was gone several years. And Candace was with this older man, her stepdad, or dad. I don't know if it was her stepdad or dad, one. And there was nothing. So how can you give something? Yeah, she was never raised. Yeah, and I feel bad for Candace in that aspect. I feel horrible that she knows she really doesn't know what love is. And that's sad to me, that a person has never felt love and nurture, because with your kids, you want to nurture them and, comfort them and make sure they're safe and happy and healthy and wholesome, right? And it breaks my heart to think that Summer never experienced that. It really breaks my heart to think that she never experienced that. The only time she ever experienced that was when she was at church or with Robin. That's the closest thing that she ever received. Thank you, Kumi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cassie. But you've got to learn to give it. You have to give it. You have to give. I just don't know if she's mentally capable, to be quite honest with you. And that's not to be mean. It's not to be rude. It's not anything like that. I swear on anything. I'm not. But I don't think that Candace has the capacity to do that. I think with her, she doesn't know why she experiences jealousy, the emotions, the anger, the outburst.
For one, they got Daisy fooled. For two, they know, and they knew what the requirements were, the stipulations were for them to get their children back. And it was to not go on panel. Daisy knows this.
So now listen, I am friendly with Daisy. Daisy and I fundamentally in every aspect disagree on Don and Candace. I think Daisy is a good person. But I and this is not a dig at Daisy. I want to make that clear. I think Daisy is very easily manipulated by, Daisy is just a good Kentucky woman. You know what I mean? I don't really know if she even knows the kind of people that's out there. Yeah, I agree, butterfly kisses. And I think Daisy is being played like a fiddle right now. I do. And I think in time, Daisy will know that as well. And what Cathy is saying here, remember, Cathy took her everywhere, took her to her appointments, meetings, anything she had to go through. And one of the stipulations to getting the kids back was staying off the panels, which they would do for a while, a week or so, and then it was right back on. And Cathy's going to tell you exactly that they more or less never tried.
And I'm not blaming Daisy.
And listen, saying you're trying is not trying. Actions speak louder than words. They always will.
At all. But I'm not monetized, yet someone you supposedly care so much about, you're going to go at like that? Did you go at Daisy, Candace? Hell no, you didn't, because she's running your cash app for you. So like I said, if it's $10 damn you want, come get that $10. But if she's told people she needs money for her phone bill, they have one bill, and that's the light bill. They have no house payment, no car payment, no water bill. Their phones, $45 a month. Y'all, I'm sorry I'm not looking at chat. I really am.
So Cathy explained that they don't have bills. Now, I'm not saying that they don't need money, because everybody needs money to live, but you also can't expect, handout for everything either. Now, Dawn works. Candace can work. She's been offered jobs that, and Cathy will tell you this, that were very easy to do, and she has rejected them. They didn't have money for a lawyer, question mark. Why did they need a lawyer? Where's Candace working? I'm going to try to mute it and see if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Could you hear that? You think with Don? Well, Don's in Arkansas, or he was in Arkansas. I don't know if he is now. Nope. Okay. All right. Hold on. I want to see something. Car insurance, license plate, gas, but drink it up on YouTube, smoking, etc. Candace Wells. Yeah. So, they don't have a house payment. They don't have rent. They have an electric bill. They don't have a sewer, a water bill. I mean, I don't, go through anyone's bills, but, again, what are they spending the money on?
I'm hurt. I'm frustrated. I'm confused.
Yeah, they have a well, I think.
It's been tough trying to figure out why she's gonna come at me like that, knowing I'm not monetized.
You should be.
And if she would have looked at the wish list herself, things on there to help find her daughter. And you supposedly love Addison so much.
The only thing that was on that list was things to put together to help find your daughter, Candace. Your daughter, Candace. It wasn't for anybody else or anything else. And it was asked by us for them to make this list, and this is the hell that she gets.
Y'all, I don't get it. I'm totally confused, and I'm very hurt. I'm sure her and Don's gonna be real pissed off, but you know what? If y'all are
Right.
sending them money, I could understand if they had. I could. Everybody sometime needs help in their life.
That's right. Everybody has needed help in their life, unless you come from, an insanely rich family, right? But it's her and Don, and that's it. That is it. And Cathy said, if they had kids, you could understand more. But this is just unthinkable. Unthinkable. Like I said, now Cathy still believes that Candace and Don had nothing to do with this until what she says there is proof. Now, I disagree with her on that. But regardless of whether I disagree with her on something, this is wrong on so many levels.
But they want support. They want you to support them. They've had every opportunity to help themselves, to do and do better and be better. And they've done nothing.
So she says they want you to support them. They've had every opportunity given to them and or offered to them. I can't imagine the offers that have been given to them and have been offered to them, and a lot of them we know and a lot of them we don't. And where are we? What have we seen? What have they done? They haven't followed anything that I can see that CPS has asked them to do to get their kids back. Now, there is criteria that have to be met. Some of you know, some of you don't. One of my best friends, my neighbor, she works for CPS. There is a criteria, things that have to be met, placed in order for you to get your children back. And if those are not met, every single one of them, you're not getting them back. And to be honest with you, the ones who will go through this process and fight for their kids, they're going to get their kids back. But saying you want them back and not putting the action behind it is just empty words. That's all it is. Now, Cathy said they've done nothing. They've had a lot of people come up there and give them free labor, free supplies to help fix that house up. But this is the thing. Fixing your house up is a very small, it's a very actually small, minute thing compared to the other things. That is, it's easier to fix up this house than it is to fix up in here, because it takes a lot more work to fix up in here and here. And that's not what they're working on, in my opinion.
For themselves. And they take no accountability. None. It's always everybody else's fault.
Bingo. Everybody else's fault. Have you ever seen them take accountability for anything? Anything. I'm asking. Have you ever seen them take accountability for one frapping thing?
Always. Never their own. Candace has not said anything to me about June 15th. No. And nothing has changed as far as what I feel. I still want proof that if she's done something, I still need proof. That hasn't changed. However, there's a lot of fucking questions that I have right now because people have come at me with all kind of shit. And it does raise questions.
So Cathy is, she still thinks that nothing is, Candace is not involved in the June 15th, which is, she has every right to believe that. I differ with her on that. But she said people has come to her with a lot of questions. Thank you, Jilly. If I missed anyone, mods, please let me know. I apologize.
And I don't know if she's so pissed off about the wish list that she wants it removed or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm toaster. I don't know if she even looked at it. I don't know. She has these people that were in her life right at the beginning and betrayed her, and she booed them out of her life, and then she welcomes them back in. I don't understand a lot of this. I know money is on her mind, and if you're getting, why do y'all need so much money? Why? Where is it going? Where is it? That I don't understand. Of course people need money to live, of course. But the fucking lying and the begging, why? When you have a light bill to pay, and you gonna come at me for trying to help your daughter?
There was nothing out of line with that supply wish list, if you will. There was nothing out of line for it. And you're going to see why Cathy is saying, why do you need so much money?
And your concern should be for summer and summer only. But no need to be an asshole.
She's talking to someone in chat there.
Drugs and alcohol are expensive habits. You're right. And several of us know, when I say us, I'm referring to those same people. There's still trips being made for dope runs.
Boom.
'Cause
How about that? Still trips being made for dope runs. Bingo.
And your concern should be for summer and summer only. But no need to be an asshole. Drugs and alcohol are expensive habits. You're right. And several of us know, when I say us, I'm referring to those same people. There's still trips being made for dope runs.
There you go. Now, I don't think any of us are surprised about that. One night, Candace was on panel, and you could hear Dawn talking in the back. And she said, I can't tell you where Donnie's going right now. And we know where he was going. He was going to Knoxville. Very predictable, Annabelle. Very. We knew where they were going. It's not a surprise. And Candace, you can tell, has been drunk on panel. And Dawn is literally running all over the country right now, doing God knows what. I'm sure it's not just working. I might be wrong. Doubt it. But what was he getting? Yes. Dawn loves to go to Knoxville.
Joanne, you know what? I thought the same thing. Because I never mattered. Addison never mattered. It was all about what she could get from me. When she was here for those 6 months.
Candace will never have another friend like Cathy. I'll just say that.
She wanted a
In my
divorce.
opinion.
She wanted to get her own place. I tried to help her get 3 different jobs. 3. She don't want to work. She can work. She don't want to work.
She can work. She don't want to work. Now, she might help Don out sometimes at his job or whatever, but unless they're both in Arkansas right now, and I don't think Candace is in Arkansas, then where's she working at?
We got HUD papers filled out for her. She wouldn't take them back.
She wouldn't take her HUD papers back.
So all these people that have been giving her money for her phone bill, child support, water tanks, all this other shit, you might want to question it. If you feel the need to keep on giving, go ahead, keep on giving. And I kept on giving, and I kept on giving. I didn't want to hear what nobody else had to say because I thought I knew her. Well, you know what? Day Daisy is believing every single thing they say, and as long as you are saying what they want you to say, all the good, everything I said, I meant everything. But to come at me like I'm doing something wrong, but yet it's okay that Daisy and everybody else, as long as they run in your cash out, you're okay with it. You're okay with them saying your name.
Now listen, I mean, you can't say that about Don. Don, and she's not saying that about Don, but Don does work. He's always been a functioning addict. You got to give him that. Give credit where it's due. He does work.
Maybe, you know what? She denied knowing the person who paid up her and Don's child support. Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, I got a feeling that a whole lot of shit's just gonna come out. A whole lot. There's a lot of people that don't want their names brought in it because they'd be in the same situation I'm in right now. But she's telling them all the same shit that she's told me. People feel bad for her and believe her. You believe the shit that she's telling you, that she wants change in her life. She wants a divorce. Ain't nobody pushing divorce. This is the shit that she's telling people.
She said publicly that she wanted to divorce Don. Now, that can change, sometimes people want a divorce and sometimes they don't, So, it is what it is. That's her decision. It's not any of ours. But the thing with change, change only happens with effort. And we're 2 years almost. What has changed on that hill? What has changed? That's my question. What has changed? Yes, Dodie, she certainly did. Someone also asked before when Don was in jail, who do you think, who's your top suspects? And she's like, well, first of all, Dudley, Donnie. She even said Don was a suspect.
And I believe that as well, Chastity.
That's right, Marlena. And you know what? It's been almost 2 years. They were there maybe a month after Summer got gone, and if they would have worked the program, they could have had those kids back a long time ago. If they followed the program. They are too self-involved of their own mess to be bothered with anything else.
Well, you know what? I don't know the situation with her and Daisy. I felt bad for Miss Christine because people were trying to move her off and get her. You know what? I've called. CPS knows who I am. My sheriff knows who I am. They are well aware of who I am and what's going on. So anybody wants to call, let them go ahead and call. Christine probably should do the same thing. Go and let them be aware of who you are. And yeah. Okay, go. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to understand. She tells you what she thinks you want to hear to get what she needs. Yep. 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 Well, I have been so, and for y'all for those of you that are here just to hear, you ain't got to stay here and listen to this if you don't want to. So, I mean, you're welcome to leave. Nobody's making you stay.
Well, I would say the deadline is coming up real quickly. And I think Don and Candace know that.
But, and all the shit that I've got to say or show or talk about or whatever, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change that. That
you got to realize, think about this. Don and Candace aren't the only family that's ever had a kid that went missing, and other families didn't get their kids taken away, did they? You don't see that with a lot of other families. I mean, look at Michael Vaughn, Little Monkey Vaughn. They never lost their kids. Why is that? There's a reason. This is the friend that Candace was staying with. Jody Sue, yeah. JSB, who's JSB? So you have to ask yourself, they only take the kids if there is a reason. They don't take the kids because they're afraid they're going to be kidnapped as well.
I want to see proof before I accuse somebody, but asking for help and asking somebody for help, yet you're wanting to be supported. That's way different. That's way different. Like I said, I cannot imagine the thought of a missing child. I can't even fathom that thought. And many others as well. So, you want to help as much as you can. Well, and I did. And obviously it was too much. But for her to come in, this was her own doing. She come at me like I did.
No, she did not know Candace prior, but she's known Candace since almost the beginning of summer going missing.
Something wrong when all she had to do was check for herself. Check for yourself. You don't have to believe what other people say. Go look for yourself. She obviously did not go and check for herself. Accountability and responsibility. There is none of that. There is none of that. Asking for help is totally different than taking advantage.
That's what Don said. Don said the boys were taken because of all the people coming up there. They don't take your kids for that, and they would certainly give them back if that were the case. After the people weren't up there, don't you think? They don't trust me. That's not a reason they take your kids. They take your kids because they are not safe in the home because of the providers, i.e., the parent and or guardian. I mean, I do emergency foster care. I see it all the time.
And when I say I'm confused and I've got a lot of questions, I'm angry. I'm angry at her. I'm angry at myself. And she even made a comment about what Addison was doing. And that one got me in my soul. And that isn't unforgivable for me.
And this Cathy's daughter, she's young. You know, Cathy's really big on, and I appreciate it, like, you know, like especially like the kid anti-bullying and stuff. And that's great because she's shared her, you know, her daughter's struggles of being bullied. And, you know, we just wanted a way to, you know, this was a great thing for her daughter Addison, and it gave her something to do, a feeling of accomplishment, and a true way of really helping people know who Summer is. Yes, Vet Girl. Yes, I'm sure that. And Cathy, if you're watching this right now, Addison has and I'm sure will continue to make a difference. And I want her to know that so many of us are proud of her, and please let her know that. And monetize your channel. You deserve it.
Ella.
Hey, Whistle.
Um, you know, all she had to do was check for herself. Look at the damn wish list for yourself. Oh, thank you, Cathy.
Good question, Annabelle. Who could fault a child for being concerned about a missing 5-year-old? Candace. Candace. I really don't think, like, I really think Candace's capacity is very much of a child, to be quite honest with you. And it's not a dig, it's not a diss, it's not her fault, to be quite honest with you. And I think that's why she's incapable.
Well, I think I'm going to be fooled when the truth comes out. You know, maybe. And I may be one of them. I may be the biggest fool around because I believed her for so long. And I'm not just talking about Summer, I'm about everything that she said. When you tell someone you want changes in your life, you're tired of the way things are, I believed her and I wanted to help her. But what has she done for herself? Nothing. Nothing.
And that's right, Bet Girl. I don't want her to think Cathy, you're not a fool. You're not a fool. And whether in the end, you're right about Don and Candace or wrong about Don and Candace, you're not a fool. You feel how you feel, and it is what it is. I disagree with how you feel, but you are absolutely entitled, and I don't fault anybody for how they feel on this. I disagree because from my experience of adoption and foster care and everything else, I've seen these parents over and over and over again. And there's a lot of Don and Candaces out there, a lot, especially in today, especially with, the epidemic that we have in this country, in the world, really.
A toaster, I put the wish list, I think in just a couple of spots. And that's why I made the comment with, if her and I have to do it solo, then we will continue to do it solo. Because I'm not here to offend anybody. I've done nothing to try to be kind to everybody. So, yes, Blanche, and I had to find that out the hard way. Look, I'm gonna remove your ass because why does it take someone always being hurt? What? Because I'm telling you that she's asking people for money. I don't get that. I don't get that. And I'm still saying, I want proof. I need proof that she did something to Summer or whatever. You told Jiggy that she should hire Candace to give her a job at her restaurant because you seen she was wanting help. Well,
she has asthma really bad, is why she wears the mask.
The jobs that she was offered was not that hard. Doing something for yourself is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's obviously a hard thing. And I don't understand why she's telling so many people one thing and others something else and others something else, just like on Daisy.
The only reason you tell one person this and another person something else is a lie. The truth never changes. It is eternal. Does not change. That's deception.
She loves Don so much. That's her husband. They're in love, yet she's telling other people she wants a divorce and to get away from there. Why? Why? Because it's something that you think they want to hear, or it's just to get what you want. Maybe both. I don't even know where I have no idea off Simpson Road. I don't have a clue. I don't know.
Kelly.
Y'all listen. Someone said to me the other day that there have been friends that she's had.
I mean, this Cathy got her, a bed in a detox, and they said they had to be there in like 30 minutes. It was like a very limited amount of time. And she got Candace in the car and got her there. Now, Candace was gone in 24 hours, I think, from that place. But it just shows the lengths that the 6 months that she was at Cathy's house, how much she did for her. And Candace is throwing this relationship away over supplies of helping her own daughter.
And now we know some of them were just innocent. Some of them were just not as naive. So they walked away quicker.
Just about everyone that has been in Don and Candace's life that has tried to help them has either been kicked out or walked away. Why? Why is that? Because they don't help themselves. You can help someone only to a point. You can help lift them, but you can't make them stand on their own. You have to want to do it. You have to work for it.
There's been so many people that have put forth an effort for their home to help them out in any way they could.
Thank you, Victor.
And if it wasn't done, on their time, the way they wanted, then it wasn't acceptable. And I know she was drunk when she messaged me. I know she was. The things she said and the way she said it.
She's drinking. She is drinking. There's no doubt about it.
But we're almost 2 years later. Are they ever going to stand up for themselves?
Probably not. Not looking good.
Are they ever going to do for themselves?
Nope. Probably not.
Not as long as everybody else is supporting them, no.
Bingo. Don and Candace had years to work on fixing the house and chose not to. Yeah, I mean, hell, you could have built a new house by then. I mean, Don is he's great at his craft. There's no doubt about it. He just doesn't do it for himself. He'll do it for other people when he's getting paid. He just won't do it for the payoff to get his kids back. Think about that.
What do you mean this change of heart all of a sudden? Nothing's changed. I still don't think she hurt her child. But because I'm telling you how she treated me, what she has done to put me right where I'm at today, to question things, It was a week ago, innocent. Tell me what time you spoke with her. Innocent. She is still drinking. Okay. I'm not trying to sway you because I'm not swayed. I still believe she's innocent. But to be using all the people that she's using, including Daisy, anybody, that it's wrong. It's wrong. Thank you. She was upset. Upset at what? Because she thought, had she just checked for herself, you know, we probably wouldn't be here. But she didn't. When she said what she said about Addison, that was it. That was it. But I still believe she's innocent. I still need proof. She did something. That's not going to change. When you have one bill to pay, go ahead and include your phone bill, so a couple of bills to pay. If they had children there in the home, I could understand. But they don't. It's just him and her. So I don't understand why continue almost 2 years later to beg for money. People have tried their best to give them all the information that they could go to. Just like I spoke for advocates, there are so many. No, I don't think they gave Summer to someone. There are so many advocates out there that could help them in every way possible. Every way. Why do you not get in touch with these professionals that could help you through this process?
I mean, why? That is a question. Why don't they get in touch with professionals that will help them? Why? Because they might make some sense and bring clarity? I mean,
an actual news media manager, someone that knows what they're doing, puts you in touch with the right people. I don't believe they murdered Summer. I don't believe
that's true, Batgirl.
I don't believe they hurt Summer or murdered Summer.
But they got the same meteor manager. Yep, meteor manager. Who will also take your photo and play a guitar.
Selena, I don't. That's not going to happen. I think we all know what the outcome is going to be. Doesn't mean bad behavior should be excused or ignored. That's right. That's exactly right. They're human beings as well as Summer's parents and should be treated respectfully. That doesn't mean bad behavior should be excused or accepted. That is absolutely right. You can only do so much. And innocent, I have respected you and I still respect you. But I hope you see where I'm coming from. You can only do so much for somebody. They keep taking and taking and taking. When are they going to do for themselves? And how much more can how much more are the people that do give, the people that have gotten the same text
I mean, they was told to stay offline, stay off panels. If they can't do that, just that, you know they're not filling their other obligations.
For the same thing. How many more people should continue doing? How many more people should continue giving? How many more people should keep on supporting their habit?
Absolutely, Stephanie.
Annabelle, thank you. All these other people that have done for them, they probably don't have a clue. Just like I suspected they were. She was messaging several people about money. I knew she needed money. We were supporting her, so I knew she needed money. I didn't realize just how bad it was.
I mean, Cathy doesn't have a lot to give, and she gave what she had.
Until recently. Don is working. He brings in decent money. You don't have a car payment. You don't have a house payment. You don't have a water bill. And you don't have children there. So many things for the home are being donated, or they're giving money to buy these items. How much more are people supposed to do for them? How much?
For 6 months, Kumi, she opened her home to her.
Nope, the Subaru is not paid off. Toaster, you know what? Annabelle.
I agree, Strawberry.
Oh, Don said to another creator that Candace didn't need money, yet people keep giving. Well, I know he gets her money sometimes. Now, if he's gone for, they gave her $100 the last time he went out of town. But I don't know how long he was going to be gone for. And it wasn't long after that. She
Guys, please hit the thumbs up button. Thank you,
was
darling.
asking several people to pay her phone bill.
Appreciate it.
So if it doesn't make you question, why, what is the need for all this money? So if you don't think that they got to have it, then why? People have been used. I have been used, and it's my own fault. It's my own fault.
That is what is responsibility right there. And Cathy, in my opinion, you were used. But you did it out of the good intention of your heart. But you won't ever hear Don and Candace say, it's my own fault. Or take responsibility of anything for that matter. Vet Girl, she said that Candace has never talked to her about June 15th. You would think so, but Candace doesn't like to talk about it, from what I hear.
Because I had faith in her, and I believed the shit that she was saying.
Hey, Jessica.
I have an email in. the About section, I think it is, at the very bottom. I don't check it very often, but I will check it. It is hard living with no money. Yep.
You
It
would
is
think,
hard living
Anna.
with no money. How much do you need to live, though? When you have no children. So you need some gas. That would be the big.
So, no car payment, no house payment, no water, no sewer. You got insurance, you got a cell phone, and you have electric. That's the 3 things I could think that they would have.
I'm very hurt, y'all.
Where is Grandis? From what I understand, Grandis took the trailer and left.
I'm very hurt. If she had just answered the phone when I called, messaged me back and tried to explain.
No insurance? You think?
Said something, look for herself.
I can tell you the Subaru is junked. Oh my God. That car was brand new when they bought it. That Subaru is junked because they take care of nothing. Nothing. They don't take care of anything. They have no capabilities of taking care of anything, in my opinion, living or other.
If she had just checked. If she had just checked.
Yes, he still does have fines. ICU. Sure does.
But you know what? It doesn't change the fact that I have been saying, you know, we all have made suggestions. We've all given advice. And they haven't taken it. You know, Bob, come to find out, she has not watched anything I've said. Nothing.
Remember when Don got DUI registration was expired on truck? Probably is on the Subaru now too. Possible.
So, and why is that? Could it be because I did run her cash out for her? My cat's stuck in here again.
She's back, Terry. They said she took her trailer and left recently, so I don't know.
The Subaru is not paid off. I don't know where that went. I could be monetized. I got the email the other day, and that's not what it was about. How do you know, innocent? You believe every email that every message that you've gotten from her about why she needed money? Because I bet she's asked many other people the exact same thing, the exact same excuse that she needed money for.
And see, Cathy's not talking about whether Don and Candace are innocent or guilty. This is not what Cathy is speaking about. Cathy's just speaking about the friendship that Candace literally chose to throw away when a child was putting things together for Don and Candace's missing child.
helped her pay for her child support.
Listen to this.
But nobody knows how much her child support is.
Listen to this.
The jab paid it. Really? That's interesting.
Not that part, but how much does she pay? How much do they pay?
Because she was going to go to jail if she didn't. It wasn't just the jab that thought they were paying it. That is correct.
Hold on. She's crying. Night owl.
The jab paid it, and it paid up to date. Then I wonder why she got served papers at my home.
She got served papers at Cathy's home during the 6 months that she was staying there for not paying the child support.
So, see, yes, I said that correctly. You heard correctly. She got served papers at my home for non-payment of child support.
Boom.
No, it's not 30 a week, Bob. It's 30 a month.
$30 a month.
30 a month.
A month. A month. And you couldn't pay that for your kids?
Yep.
And you wonder
Your Amazon was delivered by a U-Haul van.
why people... No, Boo, you're not. You wonder why you think, oh, people say I'm not making an effort, and I'm making an effort.
Yep. I had FedEx delivered.
No, $10 per child. $30 total. $10 per child.
Delivered by someone in a U-Haul. Now you know of 4 people who have paid her child support.
I spend more than that on my kids' juice every day.
She was great. It was great with my daughter.
$10.
She absolutely was great with my daughter. Yes, she was. That didn't change.
$1 a day, basically. A effing dollar a day for your 3 kids, Don and Candace. And you wonder, it is $30 a month. Cathy knows.
That doesn't change. So
They were at her door.
why did she have something negative to say about her? See, you're just catching things that you want to hear or you want to be. Yes, 30 a month. A month.
Yes, 33 cents per day per child.
$10 per child per month.
There you go.
Candace, look, like I said, I respect you, and I have, and I still feel the same. I still feel they have that.
That's a great question, Jackie. Great question. Especially after all the shit and the pranks and the deceitfulness.
They have not done anything with Summer, okay? I still feel that. But why can't they take some responsibility and accountability for the things they are doing? Emotional. Okay, Dawn, look, if one of us got something confused, okay. Emotionally, she said something that on what my daughter is trying to do for her daughter. And she supposedly loves my child so much.
But yet, Candace is bitching about $10 that was sent to an unmonetized channel to get supplies to put out things for her daughter, Summer Wells. Think of that.
But yet, says
Complete
something
bullshit.
shitty about what my child is doing for her child. So if it was, mixed up on my end, I apologize. At least we got it straightened out.
And she didn't pay that. She did not pay that for the longest time. They came to arrest her if she didn't pay it. And they was going to take her to jail. It wasn't that, oh, you don't come this, your kids aren't going to get anything. No, it was to save your own ass, Candace, to keep you from out of jail too, while Don was in jail. That's what it was. Wasn't about the kids. It was about saving your own ass. Which is exactly, in my opinion, what it's always been about for you both, Don and Candace.
You say this come regularly with Candace in your situation? Well, no. I took her at her word when she told me she wanted a divorce. She told me she wanted a place. When she was living here, she wanted to get a divorce from Don. Don had been doing her wrong. It's like this shit that I've been saying. When she would say things to me, I took her at her word. Just like I do everybody else. I'm old school. When your word is everything. Alpaca made, that is what hurts me. Look like nothing else. When you tell
She tried to get Candace, she had Candace 3 job offers while she was living there with her. And guess what? Candace didn't take one of them in that 6 months. 3 jobs that was offered to her. It was about someone giving her the money to keep her ass out of jail, the 33 cents per day per child.
Someone, yes, I want to better my life. I want to do this and this and this. You know what? Maybe it was just to make sure she got to go on every camping trip with us. You know, I don't know. That's why I'm saying. She said it publicly too. They probably will. And you know what? And that's okay. Because everybody's been, as long as they're respectful here, they can go back and they can talk shit and gossip. I don't care.
I feel so bad for her. They meant nothing but good.
Selena, yep. Yep. You know, everybody wants a reason to blame them, and CPS doesn't want children in abusive relationships. It's unfair. Yep.
Over 90% of the time, it is the parents. Now, think of Don and Candace's history. Think of where they live. And think of their behavior since Summer has went missing. Someone tells me that someone went up on that hill when 3 boys was there all day alone, snatched Summer, got in a car, and was never seen again. No. In my opinion, no.
Again, if she had just answered my question when I messaged her, told me what the hell she was talking about, answered my call when I called her, or looked for herself, she would have seen that. But no, she went and just assumed shit. The very thing that happens here, assuming. Yet she did it. Instead of coming to me like a damn adult and asking me about shit.
That's right. The card team, a very specialized, very specialized unit of the FBI that deals with just child abductions. They were there. They researched. They did what they had to do. They have, it's like a 95% success rate of returning children, whether, dead or alive. Summer falls in that 5%. And they could not find any proof that she had been abducted whatsoever. They have capabilities like we don't even know.
Thank you, I do. This is why I haven't been on. I have been struggling with this so bad. And I have not changed my mind, and I'm not going against her. I'm trying to let people know this is what, why almost 2 years later, why can't they do something for themselves? Several of us.
That's the question. 2 years later, why can't you do something for yourself? The only thing I have seen that you have been capable of is serving your own needs, your own wants, your own desires. When you have kids, it is no longer about you. It's over for you, really. Kids are grown up. Some people just don't get it.
Together and met, and everybody was like, "Hey, for money for the same thing at the same time." Wow, people that are showing they care.
Okay. All right. Sorry, it said it disconnected for a minute. I was making sure y'all were there.
Or getting shit on the worst. That sounds not
It disconnected for a moment. I'm sorry.
done anything. Okay. Off subject. To whoever, that big old bag of Starburst is still a big old bag of Starburst. Addison has given them out to her youth group, church people, and she's still got a lot of Starburst to give out. Alpaca made, yeah, because I've been struggling. Candace does not seem depressed.
Oh no.
Or
Prayers, Fluffy. Yeah, she's
we have Bob. Thank you. The mutual friend, and I had. She asked this lady, this mutual friend, is a very sick lady, and I'm not going to mention her name because I just don't want to, unless she wants to mention it herself. But she's a very nice lady. She's a her own, and from afar done everything she possibly could do for Candace. But she's in hospital probably 6 to 8 months out of the year, and she asked her for money to pay child support many months ago, and she asked Candace, "Does Cathy know?" And I don't want to tell her because I don't want to stress her. No, she didn't want to tell me the money because I would have called her in the lie.
there you go. Right there you have it. Sorry, it's actually coming a storm here right now. I'm sorry. Sorry guys if it's glitchy. would have caught her in a lie as well. So it's just different stories. Couch around time she went missing. No, nobody talks about that couch.
When are they going to do something for themselves? That's my question. Are they?
Oh, Lobo, absolutely. Don makes good money, especially for two individuals who have virtually no bills. Who called the 911 and what exactly was said will be interesting to hear. JPL, it will be interesting to hear because we've never heard that 911 call 2 years later. There's a reason. There is a major reason we have never heard that 911 call. Cathy, had Candace ever say what happened? She thought, no. Joe Murray, Candace has not really ever talked about June 15th to Cathy. Why? Heard in the background? No, that wouldn't be the reason. Kids are heard in the background all the time on 911 calls. And besides, there was 2 911 calls. Hey, Sepsis, could you drop me an email? Card team says no abduction. Yes. Yes. Now, later, probably tomorrow, we're going to talk about those so-called footprints as well. The so-called footprints. And do they mean anything or not? We're going to talk about that as well. Don says they are really interested in Don said they were really interested in him. I wonder why they were even trying to do something like that with Summer. I'm sure she did. Yeah. Oh, we've asked for the 911 calls. They won't give them to us. Don called 911 and Candace's, yes. And Candace called from his phone. So, yeah. So, guys, I'm starting to have we're getting ready to have a bad storm here. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and end it here. We'll finish this up either later tonight or tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the footprints as well. Oops, wrong one. Going to be talking about the footprints as well in probably tomorrow. That and do they mean anything in this case, or is it nothing? We'll chop it up and discuss it. I just want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. And Cathy, you did nothing wrong. You were Candace's friend, and I'm that this happened to you, and more importantly, your daughter. And if we can help, but I'd love to pitch in myself, and I'm sure a lot of others would too. Regardless of how Candace feels, we will still get you all the supplies Addison needs and make sure that we can continue putting Summer's name out there. And we're almost at 2 years, and we know nothing more 2 years later, the day she went missing, other than Chris's videos, of course, that he gave us that they did in the beginning. Uh, we know how they lived and their initial story. Thanks to Chris for those. But other than that, what else have Don and Candace done? Who knows, right? That we do, JD. God bless each and every one of you. Justice for Summer Wells. This baby needs to be brought to the light. I I have a problem saying home. To She needs to be brought to rest. That is for certain. God, my opinion. There's a lot of opinions. I'm not going to, and this is the thing. As creators, we should be able to put our differences aside, whether we agree or disagree about Don and Candace, and still be able to work together in the hopes of bringing Summer to rest, to be found, or whatever. Um, we should do that as creators, in my opinion. So, but thank you all. I appreciate y'all so much. What did I do? What did I do? Okay. Thank you all. Love you. Love you. I'll see you guys on the flip.